right, welcome back to another Loveless Marriage. My name is Carl Butler. For those of you all tuning in for the first time, here with my lovely wife,
Ebony Butler, and this is the Loveless Marriage.
We appreciate everyone who's tunes in week after week. We see you all coming on. Once again, this is a live Facebook Live. So
Hi,
you come
guys.
in, please share the video, please like the video. While people are coming in, we want to encourage you to follow us on social media. Right? Yeah. Follow us on social media at the Loveless Marriage across all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page. If you have any questions, please present us with your questions. We're following you right here on our cell phone, so we can see your questions. Comments, we do address all comments, all questions. We appreciate you all for tuning in week after week. Yes, we're seeing hearts and lights already.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah. So tonight, we'll just go ahead and post the title tonight. I know we posted it earlier for those of you all who follow us.
And I will say this before we really get started. Thank you all for your showers of blessings and love with our new arrival. They are not here yet.
Yeah.
But they will be here December 2018. So thank you all for the beautiful comments, the hugs and the kisses and the text message. We really appreciate your support. I was going to laugh last week because I wasn't going to technically announce it until Carl's birthday, but Carl can't hold water, so he was so excited, which is a good thing, about the birth of his first child. But last week, I was so scatterbrained, and it wasn't because of work. I just couldn't get my thoughts together, and I was so tired, but I didn't want to tell y'all, I'm tired because I'm pregnant. But I can tell y'all now, I'm okay today. So I got my orange juice, and I'm good to go. But again, thank y'all for y'all's love, and we will keep y'all posted on if it's one or two growing, and if it's a girl or a boy. So
Steven and Tibria talking about they and twins. No, we're just saying, since we don't know the sex yet,
Yes.
we just say they. So
yes,
yeah.
they and them. So we don't find out until May the 1st, actually. So
yeah, so
we'll let y'all know.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna be a father for the first time, biologically, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have by marriage 4 daughters, and I
Yes.
consider them my daughters. So I'm a little concerned because I'm overprotective of Ebony and the girls now. So I know when I see somebody who looks like me, I'm gonna be that times 1,000. So I'm a little bit nervous, but it's a great feeling. So tonight,
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you.
yeah, we appreciate it. So tonight we're actually going to piggyback, and if Son and Danielle are watching, we want y'all to comment. But we're going to piggyback off a podcast we heard Sunday morning. That's right, Andrea, Teen Boy. We're going to piggyback off a topic they did yesterday morning, and the title is "My Ex, My Family." And as you see there on your screen, what their subject is should your family remain friends with your ex, someone that you've broken up with? Is okay for your family members still to be friends with them if they had a relationship with them while y'all was together? And, me and Ebony, we had different points of view.
Yeah.
It's okay to agree to disagree. Being married, you're not going to agree on everything, but as long as you're respectful to each other, respectful to each other's opinion and point of view. And so, as you can see, we're in a little bit of a relaxed environment tonight.
Yeah.
I had to change the environment because,
because you have to, and I would say, pray for us, even my mother, before we, on my way home, because I have like an hour and 15-minute drive home. So my mom was like, Lord, I hope y'all don't get in a fight. People don't need to see y'all fighting on a Facebook Live. We ain't going to get no fight. And we did not pray before we went live, Mother, but we are going to keep it civil, because I'm a very passionate person when it comes to my opinion, and so is Carl. So this one might get a little heated, because this is it's to be it is to be debated upon. And again, our good friends Sean and Danielle Ware, along with my cousin Becky, their sidekick on their morning radio show every Sunday. So you can check them out. So we're giving them a shameless plug. Every Sunday morning starting at 8:00. Please go look them up, Sean and Danielle Ware. And with my cute cousin Becky, their sidekick, every Sunday morning they bring good topics to you guys. So please check them out. So that is where we got our title from today, and we're going to jump right in. We're going to jump right in it.
So what we're going to do? So what we're going to do, because we're going to watch a clip from their podcast on yesterday. So we're going to see what exactly they were speaking about and why it got so heated and well, not heated, but it's just like a passionate subject.
Yeah, that was very intense.
Yeah, so I'm gonna post that.
I can't. You got it.
So I'm gonna post it on the screen. We're wearing our headphones because we can't hear what y'all can hear. So I'm gonna play it over here. So here's the clip.
If I broke up with a young lady, okay, regardless of how crazy it was, regardless how you think went wrong, or I might have been wrong, or she wrong, what does it matter? I'm loyal to my family members. So I don't care how we broke up, bad or good. The word common is what? Broke up. Mm-hmm. It's /broke up. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why we broke up. We broke up. Mm-hmm. And I think it's bad business to be family members and still having relationships with my former.
Well, what's that business is you bringing people around that you're not ready to marry.
Well, again, life happens though.
Okay, I understand life happens, so allow my life to happen. And if I have a relationship with this person, don't try to dictate now because you decided to break up that I got to break up.
No, that ain't right. That ain't right.
What's not right
it ain't
is
breaking
that
up.
you control my friendship.
It ain't broke up anyway. How y'all break up? You ain't broke up.
So if you guys could hear everything, give us thumbs up because this is something new and different that we are trying this evening. Mm-hmm. So if you did hear it, give us some thumbs up so that we know that you did hear what was going on, and we'll kind of jump right on in there.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, cool. Yay, it worked. Thank y'all.
And so, before we jump into this, because when we jump in, we just gonna hit the ground running. We just gonna stop for a little commercial break.
We're gonna bow our head and pray.
But no,
Father.
No, seriously, I'm doing a commercial. And so, as you can see, this is Facebook Live, and so I am the Facebook Live specialist. And so, the advertisement you see, your audience is ready for a professionally produced Facebook Live video. I am the Facebook Live specialist. What you see on the screen there are actual Facebook Live videos. So I want you to set yourself apart from the thousands of other Facebook Live videos. Contact me. My number's on the screen. My email. I have a professional studio. Countdown intro. Nobody can do it. You know.
We trying to stay relevant these last and evil days. You know, we relevant.
Go ahead and slide in my DM, slide in my message.
Only for studio work.
Like only for studio work. Like you ain't getting no other kind of work.
Ain't put no other work in. Hallelujah.
Okay, but yeah, and so what we're discussing tonight is the clip we just heard. So is it okay? And I'll start with Ebony. And let me help us stay on target.
Here we go.
The subject tonight is not, is it okay to be friends with your ex?
He don't want to see. Look, I'm about to grab the mic like I'm a preacher. He don't want to talk about that one. So he trying to be nice and do the family. We're gonna do the ex next week. Praise God. Amen. Go ahead.
See, she about to make me go into executive producer mode. Like don't be grabbing the mic, moving, putting it around. But okay, now so we're talking about the family relationship with your ex. We're not talking about is it okay for you to be friends with your ex, because that's a totally different subject. Before we get into this, personally, me and my ex are cool. Like if that's not your situation, that's cool. You know, I'm still cool with that family. But and I guess I'll kick it off. I personally wouldn't. I can be cool with your family as being my ex. But as far as like involving myself in the family life, I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm not going to still come around to birthday parties and to family gatherings. Don't get me wrong. You know, if they have events, I'll support, like on a business side, and they supported me on the business side as far as like events go. But as far as just hanging out, being cool with the family, I just think that's kind of crossing the line, because if the other person has already moved on and their new person is there at the function, that's awkward. Like that's just that is very awkward, and it's not about, you know, leftover feelings or nothing like that. It's just I think it's just like a respect thing. I think it's just out of respect that why are you still going around your ex's family, and on the flip side of that, I've seen people, their exes, their family members invite them to the family gatherings. And then that person has to sit there looking at their ex, especially if it ended badly. Just because you have a relationship with someone's ex doesn't mean you have the right to invite them to family stuff. And I just think, I'm just being honest. I just think it's a bit crossing the line. Now, what I said on Son and Danielle's show, when I commented through the comments on Facebook Live, I commented, I don't care if you know, I have family members that are still cool with my ex. You know, when me and my ex, when it didn't work out, while some of my cousins were still cool with her, you know, still reach out, and I was fine with that. You know, like y'all got your own relationship, that's cool. But I think it's crossing the line to say you're invited to this family event. And the same thing for going for me with her. You know, I've had some of her family invite me to things, and I don't go just out of respect for the fact that, you know, I wouldn't want that done to me. Hey, Evie, what's going on, Rosalind? Sister Allison, Naila. Mom Naila said, I value your honesty, Carl. I appreciate it, because, you know, and we're not bashing any exes. We're not doing any of that. We're talking about the relationship between family and your ex. So as we talk, I want you all to comment. Is it okay for your family to invite your ex to family gatherings? First of all, is it okay? Are you okay with your family still having a relationship with your ex? I'm cool with it. Just don't bring them around. It ain't no hard feelings. Trust me, it ain't no animosity. But I just think that's just an awkward situation. That's all. Like I just think it's just an awkward situation to be in. Like I don't think people should do that.
I guess for me, I somewhat agree with Carl. I'm a little irritated though that he's not crossing the conversation over about still being friends with your ex. So we, like I said, I'm gonna stay on target. So we're gonna talk about that next week.
Stay on target.
But I believe it's several dynamics to me that goes to work with that. For one, if you have children, which I can attest to that, being divorced, I have, some of y'all know, all of y'all probably know, I have 4 daughters. So there are certain relationships I believe that will always remain. When I got a divorce, you know, it wasn't like we were going for blood. So I am still really good friends with my in-laws, you know, my kids, those are their uncles, you know, I call them brothers and sisters, you know, that will always remain, because until the day my children die, they will be a part of their life. And I also made it a point for my, I guess, former in-laws, if y'all want to be all technical, to meet Carl, because until I die, he's going to be a part of my life. So I wanted them to know him and to meet them. And I'm not going to say they're friends, but they do have a mutual respect for Carl. So I guess that's where I'm good with that. Like Mother Naila said, children are the exception. Mm-hmm. So I kind of agree with that. Yeah. Now, I believe it gets a little tricky when you cross over into, I'm trying to be nice about this. I believe if you don't have any children, yes, you can form your own separate I know people form their own separate relationships, but I think after that, we don't need to be friends. And that's just kind of how I feel. And I know that's probably, some people probably feel that's kind of cut and dry, but I kind of believe if we don't have any children together, yes, I may have formed a good friendship and relationship, but I think there will always be some residue of that relationship in the back of that person's mind. Third of all, I have to consider the person who I'm now married to, because that might make them feel very uncomfortable. And as if I'm supposed to be yoked together with you, my feelings and your feelings should be number one. If you don't feel comfortable with the relationship, I believe as a spouse, it is your job to sever that relationship. And to me, it just keeps it safe and healthy. You know, the Bible speaks about small foxes killing the vine. I believe if certain, you know, because, and I've been a part, you know, like my family, on, and I'll say this because it doesn't matter, the Trout side, they, you know, they love and respect Carl. So they invite him to dinners and stuff like that. And, you know, he chooses to attend if he wants to, and they're not wrong. Now, some people, they may feel like, no, you shouldn't be going to no family dinners. And again, each relationship is different.
That's different though, because we're talking we're talking about kind of from the other side. Like, of course I get invited because we're married now. Like, but we're talking about, if me and you broke up, would you be okay? Let's say I'm cool with one of the Trouts, since you just use the name. Okay. So let's say I'm cool with Bishop Trout, Kenya, whoever. So let's say if me and you broke up, we went through a divorce, whether it was amicable, whether it was nasty, whatever, but we're really still cool. So if one of the Trouts would still reach out to me and say, hey, we want you to come over, would you be okay with seeing me at family events, even though we're not together? Like, that's the question. Okay,
I would ask this, and then after I answer this, we're going to go, because Evie Norton, our good friend Evie, asked the question. I will say this. I would appreciate if my family member called me in advance to let me know that you would be there, because I wouldn't want to feel uncomfortable.
But would you want me there? That's the question that nobody wants to answer. Like, would you want me to be there?
I mean, first of all, it's not my house, so I'm all on that rule too. If it is of that house, if they're inviting you to their house, I can't be like, don't invite him. I mean, I can voice my opinion, but at the end of the day, that is their house. That is their food. They have still a relationship with you. And I have to respect that they want you to still interact with them. Okay. But I would ask them, again, to call me, let me know, so I can make that decision if I want to be around you, because again, you know, that's still their house. I'm not going, you know, who am I? I ain't, you know, Michelle Obama. I'm not stopping nothing. But yeah, I think out of respect, my family should call me, at least tell me you coming.
You want me to read Evie's?
Yeah, go ahead. I was trying to pull up my...
Yeah, I saw it.
Acting wacky.
Evie Norton. And once again, it's Facebook Live. So give us some likes, give us some comments. Hey, how y'all doing? Evie said, I have a different scenario. Okay. My ex is honest to God, like a brother to me now. It may not be understandable, but it's the truth. My children's dad is my family. My brother's wife has been in my life since I was 4 years old. Wow. She and my brother divorced, but she assisted me in raising me. I'm not throwing those relationships away. We're talking about 25 years. Wow. We are family and we are mature. That is commendable. That is. It really is commendable.
Let me clap on that.
Yeah, a lot of people that
can't. Is commendable.
A lot of people can't handle that.
Right.
And Evie, I would dare to say you are definitely the exception, and it's a good exception.
That's a good exception.
When you can be amicable with people, and because you have that mutual respect, because they raised me. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Like, appreciate it, Bishop. Bishop said Carl can come anytime. So even if
whatever, Bishop,
through, I'm coming through.
Whatever.
And I'm bringing macaroni and cheese just to be like.
They just they just like him because he made good macaroni. That's when everybody they like Carl. I'm just teasing.
But no, but to what Evie said, Evie, you said you're not throwing away that relationship.
Wow.
But what if your spouse had a problem with that? And see, and that's where the conflict comes in. Now, right. I respect the fact that you said, I'm not throwing that away. I think that the conflict comes in is that a lot of times people don't fully explain that to their spouse. They just say, this is how it is. This is how it always is going to be. But I think if people would take the time to explain to their spouse the way Evie just broke it down, listen, this person helped raise me. They've been influential in my life. We had a relationship. We're cool now. Like, there's no leftover feelings. There's no residue of anything. Then I think that will make your spouse feel more comfortable. But the problem is not that you have a problem with it, but if your spouse or if your spouse's family has a problem with it, then what do? You know, I mean, it's like, I don't have a problem with a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff I may not do because Ebony might have a problem with it, and vice versa. A lot of things she don't have a problem with, but I have a problem with, and so you make that compromise. Right. But on some things, it's hard to compromise. In those relationships, I always say, when I counsel people in relationships, when people come to me and they're competing with the ex from the past, I always say one thing: you cannot compete with history.
That's right.
You can't, if you're in a battle for someone and they're still in love with their ex, or there's still some residue there. I can't talk tonight. You cannot compete with history. Yeah. You can be the prettiest person in the world. You can be the hardest working person. You can be the richest person. But it's always something about when a person has time in with someone. That time and that history will kill your relationship. You have to make sure that, number one, you're completely over it and that you can move on. So I'm just saying all that to say, how do we compromise? Can you sacrifice that relationship because your spouse doesn't like it?
I'll say this. Evie said, for me, that will be a deal breaker. I will let them know up front and encourage them spending time with us to get to know to really see and know the dynamic. And I will say that
that's good.
It takes a very mature person in order to be able to swallow that cup of tea. Yeah. Like I think Evie's is good. Like, her situation is very few and far between. There are some people, and I'll say this, I believe that you can, I don't want to say friends, because it's to me, it's friends and acquaintance. Those two little words kind of commingle. People are really strong to use friends. I'm of the persuasion with certain things of certain ties need to be severed. I guess because in my mind, and I've gotten up and we all have heard people get up and testify in church, or you sit down and hear people's stories about how their ex did them so wrong and dirty. But then they're like, oh, but their family and I are still cool. Now, my thing is, I understand the ex did you dirty, but I don't think I would want to still be kind of connected to me, because what happens if it's really, that's hard.
It is.
That is a very thing. That's a hard thing to separate, because I'm like, okay, well, if you're married now and you've moved on, but you're still talking to the family that supposedly did you wrong, and y'all still cool. Like, I'm like, well, what happened? And I know some people say, well, time, relationships, we loved each other, but I guess that's where God has to help me. If somebody has done me so nasty and so dirty, but then I still quote unquote feel like they are my friend. No, I think it's an acquaintance thing going on, not so much a friendship thing going on.
What up, Kenya? But yeah, I mean, and you have to. Okay, I'm gonna read a comment from Selena. She commented earlier. We passed over your comment, but I'm sitting here going back. It said they should respect you enough not to have them around. Listen, I've seen this in my extended family. I've seen people break up, get divorced, and because one aunt is still cool with the lady that the uncle divorced, they still bring them around. And we're just sitting there, and the whole family is uncomfortable. And it's like, they say, well, I don't care, I'm still cool. But see, you have to have a respect for the environment. Like, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I know, like with Bishop Trout, he was like, Carl can come anytime. But I just wouldn't be around just out of respect for the situation. And it's kind of like, me and Ebony, we have kids by marriage, and now one on the way. And so I would spend that time with the kids. But you don't have to be around the whole family to spend time with the kids. If you really want to see the kids, and this is a key, people say, "Well, I'm coming around just to see such and such," and the kids that may not be biologically yours, or you may have built a relationship with cousins or whoever. You can call them up and say, "Hey, let's have lunch." You can say, "Hey, let's go to the movies. Hey, I'm gonna come pick the kids up, and I'm gonna take them to Six Flags. So I'm gonna take you can spend time with them without being around the family,
Right?
And so you have to be respectful of the fact that you're not in that unit anymore. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow,
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, when you're married, people call you brother, people call you sister, people call you, that's my play sister, that's my cousin. But when y'all break up, blood gonna stick together. I'm telling you, like, blood is gonna stick together. You still may be cool, but that dynamic is gone or is lost. Got a question?
Oh, yes, we got. This is a good one. Thank you, Ramona. Ramona Collier says her question is: are you hanging around to keep tabs on your ex so you really haven't moved on? So I agree with that as well, because some people just want to stay connected to the family. So honestly, they can see if you've really moved on, if your world is still shattered, if is the new boo cuter or better than me. And to me, that is the spirit of manipulation. And
Okay.
I agree with that, because there's some people that just want to be around to see, okay, you know what? I still want to know the family dirt. I was there when this happened and that happened, and I still want to know. I still want to be in the know. Now, again, my comment on that, like I said before, I don't have an issue with my exes. My in-laws, it just feels weird saying that, because I still love them and I still care about them. But my position is, I wouldn't want my new person to feel disrespected. And I think that's what crosses the line. And if you still want, and my thing is, you as a person in that family, y'all have to have the spirit of discernment to say, hey, is this person really good? If they coming in to be nosy, if we've had drama, if we had issues before, and now they just keep popping up, because some people in your family, no offense, they might want the person to come just to keep stirring up mess.
Yeah.
Because you got some, I'm not cussing, you got some it starters in your family that want to see stuff started. And some of the family members might even want y'all to get back together.
Yeah, you gotta be aware.
So
of
you
that.
gotta be wise about that, because everybody in your family might not be team new person.
Yeah.
Hashtag, we married now. They might not be happy. They may feel like, you know what? The old person may be better for you than the other person. They just want to keep throwing that X in the stirred pot. So
and let me say something what Ebony just said. Some people in your family don't. We're gonna.
Y'all going good tonight.
We're gonna read that. But after this, we're gonna take a little advertisement break. Then we're gonna come back and read that. But some people in your family, watch this. They don't like your new spouse, so they keep inviting the old one to come back around just to annoy them.
Right.
So you got to be careful of the intent of your family, and that's why I say sometimes you're being used to make the new person mad.
Right.
And so you got to back off, because family gatherings, Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are 2 days that 911 is the busiest around family, because people get to fighting. People, like, all the emotions come out, as I heard Bishop Trout say one time. Around those times, everybody around the table eating good, talking, then the real emotions start coming out.
And people be reminiscing like, oh, I remember y'all, when y'all had y'all's house together and y'all had that. You're like, no. And even at funerals is another time where exes, like I would say this, like last month ago, my kid's great grandfather had passed away. Mm-hmm. So I text I sent my mother-in-law a message, and I sent my ex-husband a message, like, and my family, I'm sorry to hear about granddad passing. That's respectful. After that, I think you don't need no more, some people feel need, okay, well, I used to be, I'm going to go to the funeral. No, I would have taken, if I lived in Ohio still, I would have let my kids go because that is their great grandfather. But certain things, I think as adults, you need to know how to cut the line.
Be respectful.
You need to draw the line and be respectful. Like Carl said, the kids can continue if you have children,
Yeah.
the kids can continue a relationship. You don't have to be in a relationship.
Yeah. And so
We got three good
And so what we're gonna do right
comments.
now is I apologize, I keep looking down, but somebody said Ebony has an echo, so let me get on that. But
Sorry.
I keep looking down because I'm doing the EP thing at the same time. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna fix Ebony's microphone. We're gonna take a quick break. Yes, this is Facebook Live, and yes, I do commercials, I do all this stuff. But we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Y'all still hear us? Yeah, so what's on the screen right now is your audience is ready for professionally produced videos. I am Carl Butler, the Facebook Live specialist. I'll have a professional studio with countdown intro, creative background, title pages. What you see on the screen right now is actual Facebook Live video. So if you need a professional Facebook Live video, let me tell you something, it helps. As you all tune in to our podcast, a lot of people tune in and keep watching because of the look of the video. So contact me at 678-471-2214 or my email, carlebutlerjr@gmail.com. And so what we're talking about, we're getting ready to get into some
Questions.
questions. And so Lisa, we'll go with Lisa.
Okay.
You want to read, Lisa?
It says, "Hi, Sister Lisa." It says, "My ex-in-laws welcome me and my husband into the house with open arms whenever we're in town. But if my ex-husband and his wife were there, we would not go and visit them. We would not go visit away." Hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Let me know okay. "But if my ex-husband and his wife were there, we would not go visit away that time. Although he and I are okay, his wife is not so cordial even after us being divorced over 20 years. However, his parents will always be my family." And I think that's beautiful. I think that is called using wisdom. Because if you know someone does not like you, why would you even go?
Yeah.
Why would you even waste your? To me, it's like you waiting for the, what Bishop say, the desolation to hit the oscillation. You waiting for the crap to hit the fan. You waiting for people to go to blows. You waiting for it to be messy.com. So if you already know that somebody does particularly not care for you, you know what? I'm gonna come and visit you during the good hours of operation. When you know that person is coming in the door, okay, you know what? I might can only come and give you a hug and a kiss, and I'm heading right out because I don't let no drama. And I guess we're all at an age we should not want to be engaged in unnecessary drama. If you do not have to be, you go in, you give your hugs and you kiss, you fellowship, and you leave. If y'all want to go for tea and crumpets separately, go for tea and crumpets separately. But don't sit up in a house with somebody that you know that is hostile towards you. That is just, I hate feeling uncomfortable being over people's house that I know that don't like me. I just hate that feeling on some people just like, oh, I don't care. No, I hate that feeling because you can feel the tension in the air. And I just think that's just being a wise woman. So yes, Lisa, I like that.
Hold your phone away from your microphone. It's still echoing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tibria said she had to back off because they talked about the breakup as well as the new woman and their new baby. Oh, that's messy. That was hurting me. She said that was hurting her. So I just called once in the blue moon just to see how they're doing. Yeah, that's, see,
Oh, let me tell you. Okay, so
that ain't even right.
Okay,
Sorry, Tibria girl, that ain't. Yeah,
And-
again, that's disrespectful.
and that's happened.
That is so
I've
disrespectful.
I've known of a case where that really happened, where some of the family members are still cool with the ex, and so because they're still cool with the ex, when the new person has moved on and they've had kids, they'll send pictures of the new babies to the ex, and I'm like, what? Why would you do that? Like, and the ex, they're all distraught, they're hurt. Listen, I'm good with you moving on with life. I'm good with you being happy in life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the person wants to see it.
Right.
Like, you don't have to throw it up in that person's face. And so you have to use a bit of wisdom, like, and that's why, and we could easily have the discussion. Do you just cut it off cold, or like I was joking with Ebony the other night, is that my mother, a part of me, I know my mom's DNA is in me, because a lot of times if I'm done with the situation, I just cut it off, and that's how my mom is. She ain't got to still be cool with your family. She ain't got to still be cool with you. She just cut it off, and her life is peaceful as ever. And I don't know, man. I just think, I know it's a case by case scenario. I know everybody's isn't going to be the same, but I just think you have to be respectful of the person that's still there. You have to be respectful and you have to be realistic with yourself and say, I'm no longer family. I'm no longer in that family unit. I know that, we say, oh, you sis for life, you cuz, but no, I've always just been raised, if they ain't blood, like, they ain't family. Now, I understand people become family, and I have people in my life that, like, one couple in our life, Chris and Mocha, if y'all watching, I always shout them out, because I've never had like an older brother or an older sister. I have a younger sister, but I consider them to be like an older brother and sister, even though they're only older than me by like 2 or 3 years. But like, I really admire and respect them. And so in that aspect, they have become like family. And so, but at the end of the day, I have one sister, like blood. And so I think you have to know your boundaries. You have to know that when the relationship is over, if you choose to continue that relationship, like if something happened between me and Ebony and we're not together anymore, I would still be cool with Chris and Mocha. But if Chris and Mocha said we're going somewhere and Ebony's going to be there, I'm not going, just out of respect for the fact that we're not together anymore.
Mother Naila said, now I'm sorry if y'all looking at the corner of our eye. This is Facebook Live, so I'm about to take station break. London Page, go upstairs. Sorry. So, sorry, y'all. Yes, I'm still a mother on Facebook Live, and I'm going to come right back. Mother Naila said, sometimes it's the ex being messy as they refuse to accept that the relationship is over. And I think that is the strong point. Like, you have to know, and they have to know it's over. And, you might not have got a Dear John letter. You might not have got no explanation. But when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
And it's okay to move on. And for some people, it may take a minute for them to move on. It may take a minute for, them to realize that the ties have been severed. But you need to move on. And, I hear some people say, and I read certain comments talking about, you ain't fully delivered if you still checking on their Facebook Live page. You ain't fully delivered if you checking on their Instagram page. Everybody's deliverance comes at different speeds, rates. So I will say this, some of y'all feel the need to still hang on and look. I don't feel that need. I feel like if you say we're not together no more, amen. God bless. Good night.
Now,
we ain't together no more.
Sharon F. Ford Johnson. That's a name. Sharon F. Ford Johnson. I got it.
That's Dr. Sharon.
Okay. Dr. Sharon F. R. Ford Johnson. Got it. She says, good evening. When your children begin to have children, all the grandparents are normally invited to birthday parties. That's true. Graduations and the like. There still would be time exes would be in the same space and all just should be cordial. So, and we understand that. We understand sometimes you all have to be in the same space. But we're talking about those times where it's an invitation extended. And so in those times where there may be an invitation extended, then I think that is the exception. We're talking about like those voluntary times. Right. Now, when it's graduation time, when it's birthday time, I even think with birthday, like if you really want to see them for their birthday, you don't have to wait until the family gets together. Like I said, you can call them up and say, listen, I know you're getting together with the family. Me and you, we've been close. Let me take you out to dinner. Let's go hang out. Let's go to whatever lounge you want, whatever. Like whatever it is y'all do to have fun. But you don't have to be around that former family. It's always saying, now listen, we're not saying that not to do it, period. Right. Because do whatever works for you. If that, like Evie was saying earlier, if it works for you, it works for you, and you're good. So if it's working, if you can be around that ex family and it's working, keep doing it. We're not saying cut anything off, but what we're saying is, in a tense situation where the person has expressed to you as a family member, listen, we're not together anymore. Stop bringing them around. And then you're just so headstrong. Well, they're my friend. We built a relationship together. Listen, you got to respect your family member. All right, you have to respect who you are in a blood relationship with. Ebony disconnecting stuff. My mic ain't gonna work now. Oh, seriously, your mic doesn't work now.
I'm sorry, Facebook Live.
See, y'all about to see the exec producer. Okay. If y'all can hear Ebony's mic and it sounds good, please give us some thumbs up.
I didn't think it was gonna be that serious, y'all.
She can't be just going to the studio start.
I'm not tearing stuff.
It's CBS on the wall. She was coming to CBS. Carl Butler Studios and just started disconnecting stuff, then reconnected. Like, that's cool.
Okay, so if it still sounds like it's echo, let us know. Andrea. Andrea just said, my ex-husband and I have mutual friends that hang out together and separately. I'll call him ahead of time and let him know I'll be there. Now, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. We should be, thank you, Joe Adair. We should be adult that we should say that, because you know what? I might want to come to a function that I might not want to see you there.
Okay, cool. You fixed it. Good.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Inside, trust me, his blood pressure is on 10,000 right now.
It's okay, funny, man.
Don't let this calm face fool y'all. Yeah. I'm about to get cussed out in a Christian way once we get off live. I'm sorry, I'm retarded. But yes, I think that is very respectful. You know, there might be some events that I might not want to see my ex, and I want to know that, you know, and vice versa. Like I said, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that comment, because that is the truth. You know, we need to all be mature. I believe that you can still be civil as long as everybody knows everybody's intentions up front.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be reminiscing. I'm not going to be, you know, calling and saying, hey, you remember when we used to? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it at good morning, good evening, nice to see you. That's it. And I think, you know, certain things need to have that line of good morning, good evening, and that's it. Nothing else needs to be said. You know, I'm not going to be calling, checking upon you. I'm not going to do that, because we're not in each other's lives. You know, certain things now, in certain situations, again, if you have children, it's different. Yeah. You know, for me, I'm cordial and I need you to be alive because I have children, but there's certain things that I shouldn't even be calling you shouldn't even be calling your ex-family members to talk about. I just, you know, I think, you know, you really need to know the relationship. You need to know the intention. And if you're good with that, that's wonderful. But you also need to be respectful of your spouse, because they still have feelings, and that might make them feel uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
Kenya said something. Oh, thank y'all about my hair comment. Hallelujah. You can read what Kenya said.
What up, Kenya Trout? Kenya said, right. My ex-husband family still calls me their favorite sister-in-law and daughter-in-law, and I've been divorced for 10 years, and I'm remarried. It's a relationship we have that keeps us connected. Not my ex-husband. Right. Although I have a very healthy relationship with him as well, maturity plays a big part and the type of relationship you'll have with your exes. And let me just say this about Kenya. Kenya, you a special case. Like who doesn't like you? I mean, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but you're just a likable person. Of course, you're gonna be their favorite. Like you're Kenya, and so. But no, I'm just playing. But seriously though, like I mean, I respect that. Like if it's working for you, it's working for you. We're just saying, understand what Evie started out saying is that you have to understand going in.
Right.
You have to understand the relationship going in. And when Son and Danielle was talking about this on their podcast,
Right.
you know, they were just saying that, you know, I made the comment that this would be a good premarital conversation.
Right.
Because if you're going into marriage and the person is divorced and they have kids by their ex, this conversation needs to be had in premarital counseling.
Definitely.
Because this could cause some fights. This could cause somebody to go to jail. I'm telling you, people are touchy about exes and the current person. So I really think that you have to have premarital conversations about what is the relationship with your ex. Like coming into this, me and Ebony both knew. I knew the relationship with her ex, and I was cool with it. She knew the relationship with my ex, and cool with it. So you have to know what you're coming into and what you're getting ahead of time. And so,
Stephen, I'm gonna read Stephen, and then you can read
Okay.
what Milko Posey said. Stephen, my brother, like we said, we're family, we're cool. Stephen, my brother, said, I understand, but I feel once family, always family.
Okay.
And I will say that is good. Some people can feel like that. Some other people feel like once that cord is cut, you ain't family no more, which is, I think it's hard, especially, I would say for my situation, because I think we did the math, like this year, if I would have still been married, I'd have been married for 19 years. Like I literally, and I guess I give my own testimony with my ex-in-laws, which I don't even call them that, you know, I grew up with them. Like I've known them since the 8th grade.
that's crazy.
And I am 39 years old. Like I've seen my brothers and my sisters grow up. I've seen us have children together. We've been through a lot. So that strong bond that we have, that can't be like easily broken. And I think, and again, you and I may be exceptions, and there are, as we look in the night, you know, there's a lot of exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
I believe you have to be honest and mature with the person that you're married to and let them know, like, you know, like y'all see, you know, my exes are my whatever. I hate that crap. My brothers and sisters-in-law, they still are a part of my kids' life. You know, they're coming to graduations. They call them, they text them, they Facebook Live, they Snapchat them, whatever. You know, their family is still very present in their life. And I love that. And I'm blessed. I'm grateful because that doesn't always happen. So if you can find a partner, that's okay. And y'all sat down and y'all thoroughly talked about it. And they know that y'all not trying to get back together, and you know they're not trying to sabotage our relationship. That's the way it should be.
And just to also speak to what Stephen said, I respect it. I do. I respect it. And I think when I was reading that, what came to mind was my background. I didn't come up with a lot of brothers and sisters, so I was the only child for 10 years. Me and my sister were 10 years apart, and so I'm used to just being on my own. Like I'm used to just calling, looking around and seeing my family is just my family. And so I think that's where that kind of comes from with me. Even with me and Ebony, if I'm just going to be transparent, when we was going through premarital counseling, this was my first time coming into like a blended family situation, you know? And so I had to understand and learn that there are kids involved. And they have uncles and aunties and cousins. And so I had to learn how to be respectful of that relationship. And then once I met Stephen and Gary, when we went to a convocation, me and Stephen, remember this? We at lunch, we sat there and talked for like 4 hours. Like seriously, like I was like, this is the coolest dude in the world. And so it's like I understand, like, whatever. And so I understand like the family dynamic, how you can still call somebody brother and sister. I just don't know if I would do it, but I respect it.
Right.
And so,
Ooh, Kenya.
Milko, you want to read Milko first?
Yeah, you read Milko.
Okay. Milko says, my husband welcomed my girl's dad into our home, but when my daughter's father married, my wife couldn't handle our warm welcome. Blended families can work, and it's sad when they don't. I had to extend it. It's a beautiful thing when everyone can come together in times of celebration or calamities. And I would say for me, I've never, and somebody gonna laugh at this, but I've never had a problem with the father of Ebony's kids. And I say that from my point of view. I've always been welcoming. I've always been, call your dad. Make sure that he knows what's going on. I always try to push and make sure that they always have a relationship. But things change, situations come, and it is what it is. Anybody who knows me knows I'm the easiest person to get along with. And the number one thing I want in my life is peace. Right. I want my life to be peaceful. I want Ebony's life to be peaceful. I want the girl's life to be peaceful. And now that Ebony is pregnant, I'm super overprotective, and so I don't want her to have a stressful pregnancy. But I was welcoming to just being cool with everybody. Right. And so that's all I'm gonna say, because I'm not messy. But
I do want to give a shout out. Okay, our presider, our Bishop Lambert Gates is watching. Hello, Bishop Gates. It's an honor to have you watching us this evening. And I will say this. Okay, so Lady Kenya said, listen, spouses are important. I don't care how much I get along with my ex or his family. If my man wasn't cool with it, then changes would have to be made. And again, that is being respectful and using wisdom.
And just piggybacking off that, we're not saying anybody's point of view is wrong.
Right.
We're just saying you need to know this before you get married. Like that's all. If you're married to a very friendly person and they get along with all their exes and ain't nothing there, you need to know that going in, because and you have to be secure enough to know that they have friends. Can you handle your spouse having friends with the opposite sex? Can you handle your spouse being friends with their ex? I mean, really friends, like they go to lunch. Can you handle that? So these are just all things that need to be discussed up front. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. Do what works for you. But these are things that need to be discussed in premarital counseling. They got to add this to the curriculum, because I'm serious, man. Like, you have to know this stuff going in.
Right. And I will also say this, and like I said, we're going to talk about it next week, but it's even like Carl just mentioned, you have to even pray for your ex, their ex, because I'll say this, some people are good with being still friends with the ex-husband. I mean, to the point of texting, conversing. I'm taking a deep breath because I have mixed emotions about that one. And again, we'll talk about that next week. We ain't going to get into it tonight.
We ain't talking about it next week.
But you have to honestly be honest. And like Kenya said, you know what? You need to talk to your spouse about it. That's just period and point blank. You need to talk to your spouse about it. Have the honest conversation. Whoever does your premarital counseling, I know we joke, but even if you have to go, back through our videos and watch them again, bring up some of these topics because they're truthful. This could be a deal breaker for some people. Again, if you have children, there's different levels to this thing when you have children that are involved. But if it's just you, a single person, and y'all have gone your own ways, I understand that friendships can be made. But then you know what? If it affects my spouse to the point that it makes it feel uncomfortable, then I have to say, you know what? I value my spouse more than I value having this person staying around.
Yeah, and that's what you have to understand. I saw that Selena had posted that about if your spouse isn't okay with that, but you have a good bond with your ex, it's hard, and it is hard. But let me just say this, and I know that Kenya gave a great answer, but let me just say this because that's the dilemma a lot of people have. I have a great relationship with my ex, and it's hard for me to let that go. But my spouse, they don't want that. Listen, you don't have to sleep with your ex every day no more.
Come on now.
You want peace in your house,
right?
Like that's the wisdom I'm learning. You want peace in your house, and so in order to have peace in my house, you may have had a great bond with your ex.
Right.
Y'all may have been the best of friends. You know, it's okay to say hi and bye. But as far as, hey, we going out to lunch, as far as we hanging out, as far as I'm going over for a family gathering, you got to deal with home. Like,
Right.
like I'm telling you, marriage is about dealing with home. A lot of people get in trouble in marriage because they trying to please everybody else. They trying to be at church 24/7, and this is anything in life. They trying to be at work 24/7. They trying to have relationships with their ex. You better take care of home. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, take it by how you want to take it, but you need to make sure that your spouse is secure at home. Like, it might not be nothing going on with you and your ex, nothing, but the person you married, they don't like it. Sometimes you gotta eat that. Like, sometimes, and again, you got to know this going in,
Right.
because a lot of times a heavily secure person will get together with the insecure person,
Right.
and it'll drag them down. Like, and they'll start thinking, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not cheating. Why can't I just be sociable? Like, I'm an introvert. Ebony is an extrovert. I don't stop her from going out. I don't stop her from hanging with her friends. I don't stop her when she want to talk on the phone. When she want to, I don't care. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm totally secure in who I am. I know that when she's going out, if she's out to 2 a.m, if she says she was hanging out with her girls,
I'm never out till 2 a.m.
yeah, she ain't know about 2 a.m. I'm just saying, like, if she says, I put it like this, I'm at the age now, 36 years old. I'll be 36 Friday. I'm at the age now. I just want peace. If she says I'm with my girls, I trust that she says what she says she is. But that comes that I wanted to marry someone who I trusted more than someone who I was infatuated with, like that love thing, or I love them. Sometimes you love somebody so much that you're blind to the fact that they may not be good for you. Right. You can love people that you don't trust. You can love people that's hitting you in the face every night, but you better be with somebody who you can trust. And that's just exactly, Tibra. Dave Hollister got a whole song, not half a song, a whole song. Take care of home.
Ramona, you crazy, so I'm gonna go home. Ebony. Y'all know, honey, when I get sleepy, I just need a blanket and some heat and I'm good. But no, but it's so true. You have to be secure and be comfortable. And honestly, like Carl was saying, if you know your spouse is insecure, I know some people say, well, they gotta grow up. Again, there's different levels to this thing. You don't know what may have transpired before you entered into their life.
Yeah.
You don't know what supposedly had happened, words were said, things that have been done in past relationships. And I know people say, well, you can't hold me to it. Okay, y'all, let's be honest. We all have residue from certain relationships.
Yeah.
And I know people say, we need total deliverance and healing. You still have a memory.
Yeah.
You still have a memory. So you have to be honest. If you know your spouse has issues, trust issues with certain things, just be respectful. Reminisce in your mind, but don't reminisce out your mouth. I think you really need to be wise. You need to be wise. You need to know the person too that you're marrying. Yeah. It may be too much, and if even the Bible talks about, about a man, I forgot the scripture where it says, I don't want to deal in the house with a cantankerous woman. He would rather sleep on the top of a man would rather sleep on the rooftop of his house.
It says a man would rather dwell in an attic than stay in a mansion with a contemptuous woman.
That's deep.
It is.
That's deep.
In other words, in our terms, that man would rather stay in his 1-bedroom apartment with no bed, a couch, and just one channel, Sports Center, ESPN, than to move into a 10,000 square foot mansion with a fine woman that has a bad attitude.
And I'm sure that flips.
That's the breakdown.
That scripture can flip flop both ways. That's for a woman and a man. So you know what? Like Carl said, in these last and evil days of our life, we both said when we got together, we don't want no drama. We just want peace.
That's it.
We just want peace. And we just want to love. We just want to live life. We want peace. And again, like we say, we push premarital counseling. Talk about these things extensively. It is better to find out early than to find out late. And you are, I don't want to say stuck, But yeah, you stuck. Yeah, you have committed to this person, and you guys don't agree on certain things. Now, again, like Carl and I said, you're not going to agree with everything.
Yeah.
But you should come to a good point of resolution, a good point of, you know what, we can agree to disagree. But if this subject is really intense and touchy, like Carl said, I gotta lay with this person at the end of the day.
For real. You got to, like, sometimes, and a lot of times, and we talked about this, I think, on one of our first podcasts about the power struggle between couples. Sometimes it's just a power struggle. Sometimes you say, I done had to give up my last name. I done gave up my body to have these kids. I done gave up, and me in the same way, you know, I done gave up just living an easy lifestyle. I done gave up, you know, just being a bachelor. Now you want me to give up my friends? You want to give up the ex? No. And so a lot of times it's not about what it's about. It's not about the subject that you're talking about. It's about, I done gave up so much, and now you want me to give up a relationship that I've been cool with this person for 10 years? No, we're not doing that. And so a lot of times you just get caught up, and on YouTube, on the Loveless Marriage channel, as you can see right here on our social media, go to YouTube and search Power Struggle. That was one of our first episodes, because a lot of times it's not about giving up a relationship, because you could care less if you talk to your ex ever again. But it's just the fact that your spouse said you better not, and you ain't, and
what you ain't
like,
gonna do.
You like, oh yeah. and so a lot of times it gets caught up in that power struggle. Tibria, I'm gonna read your comment. Tibria said, y'all teaching. Listen, I've been trying to get Ebony to go in with me and write this book that she been procrastinating, but you know what, it's okay. She pregnant. It's okay.
Ooh.
And so
did you just throw shade on national?
For the next 8 months, I said, you ain't gonna hear no complaining out of me. I'm gonna be nice. Babe, you ain't gotta write no books. You ain't gotta do nothing. I said, I'll write the books. Just tell me what you wanted to say.
You sound smiling, right?
I said, we're gonna be good. I want to read Angela. Angela has a lot to say.
I'm gonna write the book.
Angela
just
said,
sleepy right now. I'm just sleepy.
You know. Angela said, great topic and definitely must be discussed before marriage. To each his own. Just last summer, my dad, his current wife, and 2 ex-wives, one being my mom, were over my grandmother's mom's house. My mom's husband was there as well, and the first ex happened to be in town with my dad's sisters, so we invited them over. I'm sure that would not have happened if the divorce was fresh. It definitely comes with maturity and time. They aren't besties or anything, but because my parents had kids and the families love one another, this has happened several times and everyone has a good time. I'm sure if the spouses weren't comfortable, it would not go down. That's a very important point. When Angela said that if the divorce was fresh, sometimes it does take time just to heal those wounds. Because, you know, when I went through my divorce, I didn't want to talk to my ex, like, again. But, you know, after time, it's like, we're cool. And a lot of people feel like that. A lot of people feel like, I don't want nothing to do with your family. I don't want nothing to do with you. But you can't start pushing something until it's time. Right. You know, you can't start trying to push for a relationship, even if you was cool with somebody in their family. You gotta let some time go, man. Like stop trying to force your way back into that family unit. You gotta chill. Like, if y'all broke up, if y'all got divorced in August, maybe you shouldn't go to Thanksgiving this year. Maybe you shouldn't go to Christmas. Maybe you should wait till the next year. Like,
I ain't trying to be funny. I wouldn't even be thinking if we broke up, I'm not trying to go to nobody's house. I guess I'm just a little different with that. Like, if you say we are done and we're over, and this is me speaking if I didn't have any children. I think when you say it's done and over, it's done and over. Now, I could have, again, relationships with people, because I think it's a difference between having relationships and being cordial.
Yeah.
I can be cordial, but I don't have to come over.
Yeah.
And I think people need to separate those differences. Now, if you, again, like I said, in my situation, I've grown up with my ex-in-laws. I know my ex-husband since the 8th grade all the way till now. All of us have all grown up together. He has 7 brothers and sisters. We all have grown up together. It's levels to this thing. Yeah. But if you don't have no kids, if it's just you and that person, you need to take a step back. I honestly think you may need to take a step back.
Yeah.
And that's a good way of moving forward. I mean, you're not going to, and another thing too, and after, I know we've been on here for a minute, another thing with healing, sometimes you have to take a step back, because if you keep throwing yourself in that situation, you might not get healed.
Yeah.
You might not can move on because you're around these people that y'all have been around. You know, healing requires separation. Healing requires getting some medicine, getting some ointment, getting some counseling, getting some prayer, getting distance, you know, that can be healing in itself.
Yeah.
So don't be, like Carl said, don't be so quick to be, okay, we broke up last week, girl, but I'm still coming to the baby shower. No, just say, you know what, we broken up. You know, if y'all don't send out a text message and told everybody y'all broke up, you know, let it be. We've broken up. We need our time and space.
Yeah.
At another time, you know, months down the road, you know, I'm still welcome to talk to y'all, but I don't feel comfortable being around. And I think that's being mature. Sometimes healing requires separation sometimes.
Yeah. And Tibber said, I went to premarital counseling, but that joker was a smooth operator. Let me tell you, listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That's true. Listen, some people can fool you up until you say I do. But let me tell you something, and this is real. Y'all better, like, when you start getting serious, there's this thing called public records. Y'all better pull that health. Y'all better pull that arrest record. I'm dead serious. Yeah. Because people can talk a good game, but you better pull some records and find out, like, let me see if they are really who they say they are. Like, let me see if they really own this house, public record. Let me see if they done ever been locked up. Let me see if they've ever had any convictions for
fraud, molestation,
domestic abuse.
Yep.
Listen, in this day and time of technology,
it is free.
If you get food,
it's free.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not gonna say that, because we've all been suckered by some pretty smiles and some nice looking people. But I'm telling you, if you get food in this day and time, you gotta do homework. Like like you really have to do your. I know people that on the first date. I'm telling you, I know people on the first date that showed up to the first date. They knew that person's arrest record. They knew every time they went to the hot. I'm not joking. Yep. They knew if they was on the sex offender list. I'm dead serious on the first date. So yeah, you have to do your due diligence.
Yeah. So yeah, Andre is right, especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
Because I cut a person if they mess with my baby. So,
yeah.
But look, normally Carl's the one cutting off the show. I'm about to cut off the show tonight because.
And so, what we're gonna do before we cut off is that we want to put up the video that inspired this, because we believe in giving people their credit.
Yes.
Yeah. So many
Thank
people
you, Sean and Danielle Ware and y'all. Becky. Hopefully, you guys watched tonight.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to tell you about our event that's coming up. So we do have to announce that to let y'all know. Go to Eventbrite tonight once we log off, and go ahead and pick up your tickets. So go ahead, honey.
Yeah, so this was the video that inspired us to do this video, because the discussion was so good about cutting off exes. So we're going to put it up on the screen.
If I've broken up with a young lady, okay, regardless of how crazy it was, regardless how you think it went wrong, or I might have been wrong, she wrong, what does it matter?
I know y'all can still hear us.
My loyalty is to family members. So I don't care how we broke up, bad or good. The word at the common denominator is what? Broke up. Mm-hmm. It's /broke up. I mean, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why we broke up. We've broken up. I think I had business to be family members and still having relations with my former.
Well, what's bad business is you bringing people around that you're ready to marry.
Well, but life happens, though.
I understand life happens, so allow my life to happen. And if I built a relationship with this person, don't try to dictate now because you decided to break up that I got to break up.
No, that ain't right. Right.
No, what's not right?
It ain't breaking up.
You control my friendship.
No, it ain't broke. No, it ain't broke up anyway. How y'all break up? It ain't broke up. We broke up.
Exactly.
No. I feel it.
And so, once again, as we get ready to end, The commercials on the screen, your audience is ready for professionally produced Facebook Live videos. I am the Facebook Live specialist. I have my own recording studio here. You have to set yourself apart from the thousands of other Facebook Live videos. If you've enjoyed this video tonight, give us some thumbs up. This is actual Facebook Live video that you're seeing on the screen. If you want a professional video for your business, for your ministry, your virtual Bible study, whatever you have need of, give me a call, 678-471-2214, or email carlebutlejr@gmail.com. And so also the event.
You have the flyer for it?
Yeah.
Here we go, y'all.
June 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. The Loveless Marriage presents an evening with David Burris. David Burris is a best-selling author who's focused on healthy relationships, leadership, personal development, and kingdom principles, has placed them before a wide spectrum of audiences. He's going to be there talking about healthy relationships, how to build healthy relationships, how to build yourself so that you're prepared for a healthy relationship. He is a relationship expert.
Yes.
It's going to be hosted on the campus of Clayton State University Student Activity Center, 2000 Clayton State Boulevard, Morrow, Georgia. Tickets, couples for $25, singles $15. Eventbrite. After this broadcast, tickets will be on sale. You'll be able to go get your tickets. Couples, $25, singles $15. This is going to be an investment. Yes, the Loveless Marriage is bringing relationship expert David Burris to Atlanta, Georgia, June the 30th. I'm telling you, there are going to be some big things. Chloe said, nice. I follow him on IG. If you go follow him right now. He's on Instagram, Facebook at David Burris Global, I believe.
Yep,
David Burris Global. So go follow him. Go support our brother. Really
and please sign up to follow us too on IG. I mean, David, we love him. Yeah. He got over 15,000 followers. Okay?
We try to get 100.
We got 100. we would just like to increase our following. Amen. Yeah. God bless. Like, no, but no, we are so lucky that we were able to partner with this great man of God. He's a sweetheart, very nice. What you see is what you get. Very down to earth. Please come out again. And I forgot to say that seating is limited, and we're not just saying that. We only have, I think we did 100 seats. Yeah. So please come out for our awesome event. We're giving you enough time. Yeah. As you know, tonight, I think, as of the 17th, you have to file your income tax. So you got enough time to get your check back from the IRS to go ahead. Again, couples 2 for $25, singles $15. Come out for all you all that watch us on Facebook Live. Even if you're watching from out of state, y'all can make that a weekend to the ATL. Y'all think the ATL is the black mecca of the world.
That's going to be the 4th of July weekend anyway.
So I think it is transitioning in there, so you can make a whole weekend of it. Yeah. Come out, see us. You can come rub on my belly, say hi. I think I might be poking out a little bit by then.
Ain't nobody rubbing on the belly. I'm sorry. Don't do it.
Yes.
Unless y'all close, don't do it.
Oh God. Oh God. Pray for the elder. He's a little protective, but definitely we want y'all to come out, meet us, hug us, kiss us, meet new friends, meet the people that you see comment on Facebook Live every Monday night. Yeah. And again, we are blessed to have you guys. We appreciate you all for tuning in every Monday at 8:00. Yeah. And one of our followers just says the Purpose and Merger is sponsoring one single. Yeah, Tibria Morris. Yeah. Connect with her. Yeah. Y'all follow her. Whoever connects with her, I guess, first, or whoever God lays on her heart, you get a free ticket. So you might want to hurry up and link up with her. It's going to be an evening to remember. So thank you all for joining us tonight.
Matter of fact, send her a message. I guess the first single that sends her a message. Right. She's going to, that sponsored ticket will go towards her. So will go towards whoever sends her a message. So, So hook up with the Purpose and Merger.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. It's been a very productive conversation.
Yeah, we love you guys.
A lot of y'all was tuning in to see blood, but it wasn't no blood tonight. There wasn't no arguing.
We're gonna go to bed in peace tonight. Praise the Lord.
This is one of our highest watched Facebook Lives, but we're gonna continue to bring you quality content. We don't believe in just coming on doing the gossip thing. We see so many gossip couple stuff, but no, we're gonna give you something that's going to help you live a better life. So,
Yes,
Appreciate
Chloe.
it.
Some women that want God to bless them, they allowed to touch me. Carl can back off. Y'all ain't, he ain't got to see everything, but yes, no, I don't have a problem people touching my stomach. So
Yeah, it's funny because I don't even let everybody lay their hands on my wife. So while we praying,
pray for Carl. he's a little sensitive in that area. Pray for Carl. But again, thank you guys for watching us, and please go back and watch the replay. We do place our videos on YouTube, and we are going to actually follow us on Facebook as well. We're going to start uploading all of our videos on Facebook. We see y'all coming and viewing the little clips. We want y'all to be our friend. Like our page. Share. Don't keep us to yourself. Don't be greedy. Share us with your friends and family. And again, this is just the beginning. So thank you guys, and we love you.
Yes, Selena, you're allowed to touch the belly because I know you. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Once again, follow us on social media at the Loveless Marriage. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year, because I believe God's going to do it. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next Monday here at 8 p.m. for another Loveless Marriage Live. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, guys.